Good morning, everybody. It's Oral Game Day. It's your boy Sean Carter. And I'm here with.
Coach Lightwork, man. I don't know where to start, but let's talk about it, man.
So before we start, I do want to from behalf of Oral Game Day, the Rich Homie Quan, the 34-year-old Atlanta rapper, did pass away yesterday morning. Reports from TMZ. So we are sending our prayers to y'all,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
man. But man, let's get started. Man, your thoughts on last night's game?
It was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. Hell of an ending. It came down to a big toe. Came down to a big toe. And when me and you was texting, I was like, man, that big toe. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great game. Had its ups, had its downs. Chiefs look like they in mid-season form. They clicking. Chris Jones, monster game. Pat Mahomes out there doing Pat Mahomes things. Um, I guess the person that everybody really wanted to see, or the two people that everybody really wanted to see, was Worthy and Rice. And let me tell y'all something. Them boys didn't disappoint. Okay,
Nah,
them boys did not disappoint.
Pacheco did his thing.
Yeah, Pacheco did his thing, bro. But Pacheco just runs like an angry toddler, man. Like, nah, he runs like a kid, like a character off Mario or something, man. Like, he just runs angry.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, Lamar, boy, like the Chiefs defense was having a problem with him. Like he was getting loose every which way. I wish when it came down to Baltimore, Derrick Henry got more snaps than he did. As
Yeah,
I feel like that would have been a difference maker, especially when it came down to the clock winding down. I think he was averaging what 4 or 5 yards a carry last night, 3.5 or something
um,
like that, 3, 4.
3.5.
So I think at the end of the game, I think close to the end of the game, they was down. I think on the 15th or the 10. I think they got all the way down to I think the 8 yard line if I'm not mistaken.
Come
So
on for the end of the game.
yeah,
hmm
Derrick Henry could have ran that in.
He could have, but they only had 30 seconds.
I know,
So,
no, I get no, I get that. But then on top of that, Baltimore actually could have won. Lamar missed day wide open in the back of the end zone.
yeah,
He literally threw the ball right behind him, and then likely Big Toe was on the white. So it's like the Chiefs squeak past. Do I think they're gonna see each other again? Yeah, they're gonna see each
oh,
other again.
absolutely,
They're gonna
absolutely.
see each other again. Um, it was a good coaching game too. Like both coaches was going at it. The defense coordinator for Baltimore is a new play caller. He ain't never called plays before. He did his thing last night as far as play calling for the defensive end. I feel like the Chiefs pulled away when Marlon Humphrey and then the strong safety miscommunication because Xavier Worthy was open. Like
Yeah,
he went grocery shopping back there.
yeah,
So I mean, it's just communication things for Baltimore, but they could have won last night. It's just little things, but we seen the championship DNA come out of Kansas City.
yeah. And I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it loud. The Chiefs had help. It was from some brothers in some striped uniforms. I'm just saying, look like zebras out there. You're like, goodness gracious, man. Every time you looked up, it was a goddamn penalty. I got so
Yeah,
sick of that little yellow flag kept coming out. Illegal formation. Oh my god,
yeah.
bro. I got sick. I'm like, brother, he is on the line. What are y'all looking at that I'm not seeing? And I know I'm not a ref. I played football for, a ton of years, but I've just never seen that call be made so many times.
Yeah.
And then you go and you kind of like review the film, and the Chiefs are jumping early. They're doing a lot of stuff, man, and they're just getting away with it. But it is what it is. But I'm just saying, man, they got a lot of help. A
What
lot of help.
what I would say is the Ravens O line containing Chris Jones. Not wasn't it Chris Jones, right?
Yeah, Chris Jones.
containing him as much as they did, they couldn't stop him. But containing him as long as they did, double teaming him, even when he picked his poison, they audible to get to him. Like the game was really really good. It's just the Chiefs got weapons, dog. Like, and I'm not even talking because Baltimore got the Chiefs just got speed weapons. Like you literally gonna be in a track race with them. With Rice, with Worthy, with Pacheco, they start letting him get going.
Yeah.
Like it was just a lot, but man, Lamar, Kansas City was over there sweating because boy, he drove down that field fast.
Right. And did you see the difference? Did you see the difference between the first half and the second half? How they stopped trying to do bubble screens and the bubble gum and all that. If you don't know, when I say bubble gum, I'm talking about like the RPO game,
Yeah.
reverses and stuff like that. Like once they got out of that and started going down the field, now you got two options. Now Lamar can either throw the ball or he can take off. What
Yeah.
Lamar and what Lamar started to do was sometimes he looked too early to run,
Mm-hmm.
but when you running for, he ran for what 122 yards. I
Yeah.
mean, how can you be mad at that? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing: how many quarterbacks are doing what Lamar does, and it's not many.
Nah,
It's not many at all. So, man, the Chiefs, they ain't got nothing to worry about.
I do. I do
They ain't got
believe.
nothing to worry about.
I do believe the Ravens need to go get another receiver. Bateman couldn't catch if you glued his hands to the ball. Bateman got. Don't get me wrong. It was passes that was under and overthrown, and his passes he could have caught, and he just dropped it. I do believe they should go out and get another receiver to pair with um, Flowers and Bateman. That just me personally, especially if Lamar talking about he want to throw the ball more this year, you should go get another option. They misused Mark Andrews last night.
Yeah, I give you that.
They had him playing left tackle.
Basically.
So like he needs to go back. Like you can move Likely out. You can put him in the slot and move Zay out to the wide because in a sense, Likely was basically playing receiver last night. He didn't really play tight end last night.
Yeah, and also too, like, Likely left the game with 12 targets, 9 receptions for 111 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar targeted a lot of guys, but who was making the plays? They were force feeding Zay.
Yeah.
Likely was their best receiver, to be honest. And
Yeah.
then Bateman had that one long play in the fourth, and then Hill caught a lot of passes out of the backfield. So I'm not gonna say they need another receiver. I'm gonna say they need to push the ball down the field. That whole bubblegum RPO short, like they said, no lie. The stat was Lamar had passes beyond the line of scrimmage. I think it averaged like -1. I've never heard of that. It was
I,
like -1.
I never heard of that either.
Make that make sense, bro. Come on, man. I'm a quarterback and I'm throwing the ball backwards. Come on, like, let's be real. Let's be real. But they talking about, oh well, Lamar can do it, bro. When your system is based off of your legs and you being a athlete, and then you're basically throwing the ball backwards. Come on, man.
Nah, but Baltimore gonna be a problem in the AFC.
Yeah,
Problem.
they're gonna be a problem, but they got to fix that.
Yeah.
They got to fix